If you are still trying to document, just know that you are trying to delay your progress. That's all you're trying to do. Because you don't want to face the giant. You don't want to face that thing. You don't want to do that uncomfortable thing that you know that you need to do in order to move your project forward. Let's just get honest with ourselves. That's what you're doing. You're just hiding. Instead of focusing on vanity metrics like on social media, likes, views, saves, followers, are you showing up for that one or those two people who are even giving you attention the way you would show up for 10,000? Are you actually selling to them? Are you making the ask? Are you telling them what you offer? Are you doing that very well? Are you doing that consistently? That is what you should be measuring. Measure how often you show up and how well you show up. Fall in love with the process. Fall in love with the struggle. Honor the struggle. Fall in love with that much more than all these vanity outcomes. And then that is when you just see the switch like, oh my gosh, the more I show up, the more I do the right things consistently, the more I actually get the right results, which is at the end of the day, you're trying to sell something, right? You're trying to sell something. Are you selling? What is your pipeline like? Rather than focusing on your business cards and your website, have you gotten in touch with everyone in your network, in your immediate network, to let them know what it is you're working on? Have you done that? Do your neighbors know what you're working on? The ones that you say hi and bye to, and you invite them for dinner sometimes. That I don't know. I don't know if people would actually do that these days. People are not so neighborly anymore, right? But you know what I mean? People who are closest to you, that you hang out with, you even have just general conversation, even small talk with, do they know what you're working on? Chances are they don't. Because you are hiding behind your pretty websites and your profile photos and your likes and your follows. Is that what is going to bring home the bacon? Probably not. Most of us, our very first $1,000,000 that we're going to make it from within our network. And we're just sitting on it like that, not even doing anything about it. And then you are stressing, obsessing over Mr. Hardy or Mrs. Elizabeth there that hasn't followed you, that you don't even know from Adam. Whereas the other 500 people you know around you, you haven't even told them what you're doing. Please make it make sense. Like, seriously, make it make sense. You have to start thinking about yourself in terms of a business owner. Even if it is a passion project that you're working on today, you cannot take the same corporate lens and then now apply it to this thing that you're working on. You cannot hit a nail with a sledgehammer. You don't need to do that. You can just use a simple, maybe that was not such a good example because obviously I'm not a handyman. I don't know my way around tools. That is why I outsource it. So now, speaking of outsourcing, I did mention that one of the dumb things that corporate people do is trying to do everything on their own. Instead, you need to start valuing time over money. That is the thing that separates wealthy and successful people to people who just forever struggle. They value their time over money. Someone who is always struggling and continue to struggle in your business is because you're trying to do everything on your own and you're trying to save money. Means for you to be saving time. Because time is that one currency that we spend, is that commodity that we spend that we never actually get it back. You can make money back. You can't make time back. You just can't. Once you spend it, it's gone. That is what you should really be saving. That's what you should really be optimizing. Because imagine if you had more time to do the things that you are really, really good at. how much better you become, the level of mastery that you would achieve. Plus, since when was it necessary for us to actually double down on our weaknesses? Outsource your weaknesses. That is what I'm doing with this podcast. Full transparency. All I do with this podcast is press record. That's it. And I talk and I upload the files. And a podcast geek takes care of the rest. I don't have to worry about anything. Of course, we'll align on what it is I'm trying to achieve with all of this. I'm not like completely blind, but I learned this, and I learned this the hard way. When I was a weight loss coach and I had a YouTube channel, I did everything myself. I'll record, then I'll edit, what's the best thumbnail? I'll research the keywords, do this, publish on YouTube, then publicize it on social media. When I'm done with all of that, please, do you think I still have time and energy to actually really work on my actual coaching business, to work on actually getting clients? It was hard. I cannot be a YouTube expert, a social media expert, a marketing expert, a tech expert, and then be a weight loss coaching expert as well. But I've learned. And I'm trying to tell you, you don't have to make my same mistakes. You can start from day one by outsourcing your weaknesses. I know you have heard this advice, people telling you that, you should do everything yourself first. I don't believe in that. I believe in outsourcing your weaknesses. Stop trying to do everything on your own. Stop trying to be the corporate self in this job. Don't get me wrong. There is something to be, there are certain transferable skills from corporate world that you can transfer to your business and how you run your business. And that is another podcast episode. Oh, thank you, Kepo. That's a good idea actually for a podcast episode. And I'll tell you some of those awesome skills that you've probably built that you can use to build whatever side hustle that you want. But the ones I just talked about, those are not the ones that you should be using from corporate. Nobody asks you to do everything. You don't need to wear plenty hats. Granted, as a solopreneur, you will still wear multiple hats. But I'm saying reduce the number of hats that you need to wear at once so that you can actually focus on your area of genius. So, if you're somebody who is obsessing over vanity metrics, whether it's business cards, websites, brand colors, Kiniko, the other types of vanity metrics on social media, or you keep documenting and writing, you're not actually talking to people, or you're introducing yourself from your corporate, what's the word? I'm losing my train of thought. Your corporate image, right? Your corporate profile. Yeah, that's the word. But then you're trying to work on other things. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's like you're living these two different lives. And then you're not trying to do everything on your own.